What's up, everybody? My name's Big Cam and welcome back to another Christmas movie. And this is my first Christmas movie of 2025 that I've watched. And this Christmas movie is for the moms out there. Shout out all the moms making Christmas happen for all their families and not getting the credit that they deserve. You know, and if you got a mom like that that's, you know, a gangster and does everything and asks for no help, you know, maybe this holiday season you ask them if they need any help, you know, like, and definitely a good watch. This is now streaming on Amazon Prime, and that is 2025's Oh What Fun from director Michael Showalter. And I have seen a little bit of his other work, not much, but he's done films like Lovebirds, Dropout, spoiler alert, a movie called Hello, My Name is Doris, Big Stick in 2017, and he did the movie that I know the best from this director's work is a movie from 2024 that also came on Amazon Prime, and that was called The Idea of You, starring Anne Hathaway and Nicholas Gallenstein, and that was actually really good, and I actually quite liked that movie, and I'm a sucker for a love story, so of course that's like a little rom-com-y, you know, type of movie, and Anne Hathaway is great in it, and so is Nicholas Gallenstein's, I think a hard last name, but I think I said it remotely close. But this movie has an incredible cast, and it's, you know, a Christmas movie, and it points it right out from the beginning. There's a lot of Christmas movies about the dads and about Santa and, you know, everybody else but the moms that gets credit for the holidays. So this one's about the moms, and this poor mom was asking for one thing from her children and nobody was listening to her, and everyone blew off her ideas and nobody did the one thing she asked. And then, you know, she's, you know, making sure everybody's gathered together and, hey, we're going to a show and, you know, we're gonna be late. So they all pile into the cars and they take off and they forget mom at home. And I know if this was my mother and she was planning everything and we forgot her at home, there would be no what Michelle Pfeiffer did in this and get in the car and just leave. She would have been on the phone with us. You dumb motherfuckers, you forgot me, I'm gonna fucking kill you, know, like, it would have been, oh, it would have been a world of hurt for everybody if we forgot moms, you know, like, but then I was thinking about it from my perspective. I was like, man, if I got forgotten at home and my whole family went to an event, I would have totally just like put on my PJs, been sitting in the living room watching a movie with the fireplace, a little bit of popcorn or something. They get back home and I'm just like, hey, well, how was the show? How was, you know, like, I wouldn't have been fucking pissed at all. But because it was moms and mom set this whole thing up and then they forgot her, oh man, she had had enough. So Michelle Pfeiffer's character of Claire just freaking took off and was like, nope, I'm out of here. I'm going to do what I want to do. And, you know, it was actually a good story about the moms. Is it necessarily a good movie? Not necessarily the most entertaining movie. Like, there's not a whole lot going on. Like, it's not like high action or anything like that. But it does tell a good story, and it gets to the heart of like why this woman's upset with her family. And then, you know, it had a very touching moment between the mom and Felicity Jones's character, and she's now a mom herself, but she's like, you know, struggling, and she's like, well, I want to make my own traditions, and like, I don't know, it depicted a family quite well, where like there's Grace Moretz's character, the lesbian of the family, but also kind of like the ladies' man of the family, if you would, and she's bringing home a different girlfriend every year. There's the prodigal son of DOMINIC's character, Sammy. There's, you know, the clueless dad, DENIS LEARY, which I absolutely love, Boston guy, and he very much so had his Boston accent in this movie, and you could hear him dropping his eyes and, you know, really throwing that Boston accent in there, and it was really funny. And, you know, even said, like, hey, honey, let's go to Boston, Fenway Park. They do fucking concerts in there. We don't gotta go see a baseball game. Like, you know, like, it was just funny. And then, like, the Felicity Jones's husband is played by Jason Schwartzman. I absolutely love Jason Schwartzman. Every time I see him, I'm like, he's fucking incredible. And then there's, like, this prim and proper Asian family across the street that's all white everything and no color and, like, still a nice family, but, you know, we all know those families where like everything's clean and perfect, and then there's the families like this where everything's chaos and there's blow-ups all over the front yard and colors everywhere, and then you walk inside, there's shit everywhere, you know, like, it was just funny to see the differences in families. And then, like, you know, all she wants is to go to the Zazzy Tim shows, and that's played by Eva Longoria, Zazzy. And, like, Danielle Brooks is in there for a quick hot second. She was hilarious and like, had a small role. And I was like, what, Danielle Brooks? I'm like, she's doing bigger things than this. I wonder if she was just, like, around this set, and she was just like, hey, I'll do a quick little cameo if you guys will have me. She was like a delivery driver for, like, literally a minute, you know, like, she wasn't in the movie a whole lot. But the little relationship between Sammy and HAVANA ROSE-LIU, the girl who played Lizzie Wang Wasserman from across the street, and by the end of the movie they're kind of with each other, and like, it was just a sweet movie. And like, by the end, it had a solid ending. By the end I was like, this is satisfying, you know. I was quite happy with it. And, you know, not necessarily the movie I would want to see a sequel to, but maybe a movie that will be on my Christmas list years going forward, you know, and especially for the moms. Like, I immediately recommended this to my mother when I started it, because a couple weeks ago I started, like, the first 5-10 minutes, and I was dying laughing, and immediately called my mom, and I was like, you're gonna love this. This is gonna be your type of movie, I can already tell. And she was like, yeah, I'll get around to it, and she hasn't yet, but I just got around to it last night, and I was quite happy with it, and I thought it was a very good Christmas film, at least for, you know, a new Christmas film that's not about Santa, you know what I mean? Like, this is more like a film that's like a Christmas film, but it's also like Christmas in the background, and it's more about the family dealing with each other during the holidays and how hard that can be and how stressful and crazy, and, you know, the holidays are a dangerous place, be careful out there. But overall, for me, I gave this movie 3.5 out of 5 stars, about a 7 out of 10. If I had to give it a true 10 score, it would probably be more like a 7.6, 7.7. You know, like, it's a good movie. I enjoyed it. I almost gave it 4 stars, but then I thought about this year's movies, and I was like, man, I don't think I've given out a lot of 4-star movies this year. I don't think I've given out any 5 stars this year, but there's been a lot of great movies, and a lot of movies like this that, you know, came directly to streaming that a lot of people just don't know about, you know. So if you've seen this film, definitely go recommend it to the ladies in your life and your mother, and she'll definitely enjoy this, and go check it out. It's now streaming on Amazon Prime, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this movie down in the comment section below, and like, your thoughts on this cast and the family. And I really thought it was good, you know. And the only thing that I did that, like, bothered me a little bit was, like, I remember Felicity Jones being freaking drop dead gorgeous, and I just don't know if they wanted her to look older in this, but, like, I don't know, she looked like, I guess, just a normal stressed out mom in the holidays, and she wasn't like this over the top gorgeous beautiful Hollywood mom that's in some of these movies where you're like, Jesus Christ, I've never seen a mom look that goddamn good in my life. You know, most moms are stressed the fuck out. You know, especially this time of year. They're not glowing with makeup and all that, you know, like, I don't know. And Michelle Pfeiffer definitely captured that vibe in this movie too. She was like, you know, going through the movie, and you could just see her hair was getting crazier and crazier and more let go, because it's just, you know, you could tell she was almost pulling it, how stressed out she was. But, you know, the characters in this, the actors, I think they did a good job, and the director as well. And yeah, decent film. Go check it out. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you would like to send your thoughts to me on my other social medias, links for those down in the description below. I'd love to hear if you have any Christmas recommendations, any movies that I haven't done for the Christmas season. Please drop those down in the comment section below and let me know what you're watching during this holiday season. And recently I've been chugging away at Stranger Things. I'm now almost done with season 3 of Stranger Things, and that's been taking up a lot of my time, so I haven't been watching as many movies as I normally would like to during this time of year. And now Christmas is closing in faster and faster, so I'm not sure how many Christmas movies will get done this year in 2025, but I'm certainly going to try my best to do a bunch and do at least the stuff that came out this year. So I think there's another one on Netflix called The Jingle Heist or something like that, so I'll go check that out. It may be good, but it may be more like a Hallmark Christmas movie. But either way, I'd love to hear what kind of holiday traditions do you and your family have, and thank you so much. If you made it this far into the video and you'd like to support the channel further, the best way to do that is liking this video, commenting down in the comment section below, subscribing if you haven't already, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next Christmas movie review, and you'll get the notification when that comes out. Once again, thank you guys. My name's Big Cam, and I'll see you beautiful people in the next one. Peace!